Hello and welcome back to another Let's Roleplay of Dragon Age 2. It's Dalen 75 Games and I'm playing as Marion Hawk. We are currently in the Harimann. It's not their basement, it's like it opened up to an ancient demon worshipping place below the Harimann estate, which I think that when they started excavating to expand their estate, they ran into it by accident. So just like I said, all the problems in all of Thedas.
Let us return to the Chantry.
If not the world,
I must pray for Lady Harimann's soul.
Seemed to come from demons, and it was a desire demon that was providing her. It must have been a very powerful one to give her all the power that she had. She sacrificed her family, killed all of Sebastian's family, except for him, to take over Starkhaven, another city just as powerful as Kirkwall.
Sebastian, I am so sorry is such an inadequate word. When I think what Mother made us do, what those creatures made us do.
We were friends, Flora.
It was like a cloud came down on me. All I could feel or think was what the demon allowed.
Did your mother order the attack on Sebastian's family?
She did. You know Mother, Sebastian. She was always jealous of your parents. The demon twisted that until it was all she could think of. She was determined to seize Starkhaven for herself.
Was your mother a mage? How did she find this demon?
We've never had magic in our line. Perhaps that made Mother too confident. She thought she could deal with the demon and not fall prey to it.
Right. It is demons who should be feared, not mages.
Those ruins there were unearthed when we expanded the house. Mother found the demon inside. I think she had signed her bargain before we even knew.
Turning the phone off. So that does not happen again. Mother found the demon inside. I think she had signed her bargain before we even knew.
They're all dead. Your mother, too.
My mother has not existed for some time. What died today was only a puppet of the demon. If it takes every last coin my family owns, I will make reparations to everyone we've wronged. Starting with you, Sebastian. We weren't the only ones vying for Starkhaven. If you face more opposition, you have my support.
It will not make up for what happened.
No, that's true.
I'll tell you when I need you.
Why would we have rivalry? I don't even think I haven't even picked up anything with Sebastian. He didn't like what I had to say. The demon's dead now. Yeah. Well, he's a Chantry following fool, I guess, so we won't be seeing eye to eye, despite our similar class structure. How do we get out of here? Can't go this way. This way. Gonna make us run right through the whole house again, huh? Down this way. I'm curious, but wonder if I could have run into the other family members. Like, I'm just gonna go check out the room. Let's see. Went this way. That girl was there, down there. Okay, so we went this way. He was here, so if he's not here, that guy, I suppose he won't be. I was curious to see if we'd come across the guy in the bedroom again, and see what he had to say. If he would be embarrassed or not. So back out. That has been solved. Now, oh, there's some rubble here. Do you move out of the way, please, guard? Opal fragment. What's left in city? Well, I said we were going to go to the. Let's go to the Chantry and see what we can say with Sebastian. What Sebastian has to say.
So you were invested as a brother in the Chantry, right?
I had just taken my vows when I learned my family was killed.
But you gave sermons and took confessions and such, right?
Do you have something you wish to confess?
I just want to know, what do you say when people have questions? What's your answer when someone asks, so, if Andraste preached freedom and ended slavery, why do you lock up mages and keep them as slaves?
No one ever asked that.
Well, apparently Anders has.
Though the lands suffer 1,000 wrongs, the Maker
You
yet
guys
notices
always sound the same
smallest
to
of
me.
deeds.
Okay, let's go into the Chantry. Speak to Sebastian Vale, and see what he has to say.
We're here to serve the...
You seem very angry.
And here I thought the Chantry was against mind reading.
Did something happen to you in the Circle? I understand there were problems in Ferelden.
Are you saying a mage can only be unhappy in the Circle if demons are involved? No. It's not about Aldred. It's not about being beaten or raped by a Templar. That does happen. But I've been fortunate. It's a larger principle. The freedom every man, woman and child born in Thedas have as a natural right.
You were given to the Circle. I was given to the Chantry. Hawke was driven away from home by the Darkspawn. None of us are free.
True.
I had hoped prayer might cleanse me of the Desire Demon's touch, but I still hear her voice so clearly. I feel like I've bathed in filth that will never come off.
You acted honorably. Why are you ashamed?
The demon didn't lie. I used to be bitterly jealous of my brother. I wanted to be prince. Now everything he had is mine. And he lies in ashes. I keep asking myself, do I want this because it's right? Or simply to have what I never thought I could?
Aren't you your parents' heir?
I'm the youngest son of 3. My parents were rather traditional. They wanted the heir and the spare, and I was left in the cold. They put me in the Chantry to prevent my competing with my brothers.
You seem very dedicated to the Chantry. You were put there against your will?
At first. But it was the best thing that could have happened. I was a wild boy, a shame to my family. The Chantry made me a man. It's odd. When I wanted to rule, I would have been terrible at it. Now that I might be decent, I don't know if it's the right thing to do.
I think he should take back his land. A good man doesn't want to be ruler. And a good man would think... Well, I don't think a good ruler would think he's a terrible ruler. But I think that he... Because especially of his vows, his devotion to the Chantry, he's at least devoted to being a good person. And he probably would make a decent prince. I guess they're not called kings in Starkhaven.
Don't let the demon make you doubt yourself.
In trying to retake Starkhaven, I have already brought death to so many. Could I ever do enough good as prince to justify that?
You could be a just and fair ruler. Worry about reparations once you take your lands.
I know you've done great things in Kirkwall, Hawke. I imagine your methods haven't always been scrupulous.
Nope.
But you clearly do more good than harm. I just don't know if I can follow that road.
I'm making him a rival, and I'm not even trying to do it, but he did pay me 11 gold. Holy, that's a big payoff. That's the biggest payoff I've had outside of the Deep Roads. For one single job. But Sebastian, you really should take back Starkhaven.
I think this is yours.
His bow.
My grandfather's bow, but where did you get it?
One of the Flint Company mercenaries had it.
Thank you. It's hard to mourn the loss of a thing while my family lies dead. But I did think of it.
What's the story behind that bow?
As the youngest son, it was my place to lead Starkhaven's militia. But I never had a talent for swordplay. Too much getting hit. My grandfather said the bow is the wise man's weapon. You can defend your city without opening its gates. Grandfather said the day I could pull the string on his bow, it would be mine.
Then why didn't you have it with you?
I was 13 when my grandfather made me that promise. I would rise at dawn to practice my shots until I could hit the eye slit of a helmet from the top of the ramparts. But my parents pledged me to the Chantry before I could show him.
Were you and your grandfather close?
He was a man of the world, Prince of Starkhaven. But he had the most unshakable faith in the Maker. When my parents threatened to pledge me to the Chantry, he told me he'd gladly trade his title for a life of contemplation. The Maker ordained a place for each of us, I remember him saying. We have only to serve.
I'm sorry I never got a chance to meet them. To save them.
I know. You're a true friend, Hawk. You brought me this to remember and honor them. But if I could bring back our lowest servant by snapping it in half, I'd do it without regrets.
So he received the Starkhaven bow, which should be something very nice. He's already using it. Really? Just 9 nature damage across 2 meters? Plus, that's it. I mean, and it has 2 rune slots. Well, obviously this means I need to go buy more runes. So thanks for the money, but that just means we have to go spend more on runes. That's fine. Okay, so we need to go to the Viscount. And Aveline would like to speak to us afterwards. You can reorganize icons in the quick bar at any time except during active combat. During a battle, you must first pause the game by pressing space. Like every game in the last 16 years for BioWare, since Baldur's Gate, pressing space. I actually have, as far as I know, every single BioWare game from Baldur's Gate onward. I think they did a couple games before that, a couple small games. I'm not sure if they did Murder, Death, Kill back in the mid-90s or not. But Baldur's Gate came out in 98.
I've been waiting all day.
Now it's... I mean, their last game came out in 2012, which was Mass Effect 3. So yeah, I have every single one BioWare's put out. Oh, no, I'm wrong. The only one I don't have is Neverwinter Nights 1 and all its expansions. I do have Neverwinter Nights 2, and I have Mass of the Betrayer expansion. I don't have any other expansions after that. But Neverwinter Nights 2 is not a BioWare game. The engine was made by BioWare, but it's actually an Obsidian game. It's Obsidian Entertainment, who I think is very talented. I think Neverwinter Nights with Mass of the Betrayer is their best work that they've ever done. And is it later this year or early next year? We need to go to the Viscount. Pillars of Eternity. I'm a backer, so that will be coming out. I think they're in beta right now, so it could be the end of the year. Been waiting since almost 2 years, actually. Actually, it has been 2 years next month. I think it was October of 2012. It's now September 26th, 2014, I think. Maybe it's the 27th today, actually. Days go by so fast. Okay, where is the Viscount? In here. We have open access here.
Years of nice, quiet anxiety. Gone. Along with a whole street.
The Canary were blameless.
Right. A mad elf pushed by zealots, likely hidden in the very groups I have to appease. The Maker has a grand sense of humor. And the Arishok. I suspected he had no plans to leave. I didn't know it was just as annoying for him.
He does need to know how dangerous he is.
He's a hair from the edge. You need to keep everyone calm.
Too late, I fear. It's a shame. He was making overtures of cordialness. Your influence, no doubt.
What happened?
A Qunari delegate and entourage paid me a visit. It was civil, tentative, hopeful. They left my chambers with precision, but were not reported by the outer guard. They are missing almost literally from my doorstep. What do you imagine will be the Arishok's reaction?
Wow. I almost didn't want to hear that.
We need to get out in front of this, and fast.
I feel I've been trying to turn a stampede for some time now. Someone is pushing very hard. Speak with Seneschal Brown. Then you will see why I cannot trust anyone else with this. I don't know who would benefit from fighting the Qunari, but it will cost all of us.
Things just got more tense. Seneschal... No, Seneschal's outside. This is his office in here. He doesn't usually hang out in there, though. He likes to hang out here.
You have information about the missing Qunari?
I am to help you, yes. Viscount Dumas would appreciate discretion in this matter. I would prefer that you were not involved at all. But that is neither here nor there.
And what is your problem with me? I've done nothing but good for the city.
Has anyone reported this to the Qunari?
Maker, no. I'd be signing the messenger's death warrant. He'll find out soon enough, of course. And when he does, the Viscount is rightly concerned that the illusion of peace will dissolve.
The Arishok is growing violent. He might want an excuse to end this peace.
I suspect that if the Arishok wanted to take over, he simply would. For all we fear that heretical Qun of his, its demands have done more to keep him in check than any of our efforts. Besides, would Qunari stoop to trickery? There is no precedent, but there is unfortunate evidence of influence on our side.
Qunari have agents that go undercover. That is trickery. It's not commonly known, though.
It sounds like you don't want them found.
I must think of what is best for the Viscount's office. Bringing attention to such an incident benefits no one.
You would do nothing.
The Qunari are neutral hostiles at best. There is no relationship to salvage by overextending ourselves on their behalf.
You should do something.
I'm having a hard time picturing the abduction of a Qunari entourage.
Unfortunately, they were not at their best. Their swords were tied into their sheaths, as I advised. It seemed a respectful compromise. Even I know you cannot separate a Qunari from his weapon.
I'm sure you have suspicions about what happened.
My concerns are well-founded. This could not have escaped the notice of the city guard. Unless they were involved. Not coincidentally, a number of recent recruits have failed to report. You should start with one of them. Although where you find a swordsman so eager to sell his honor and duty, I'm sure I don't know.
The Hanged Man.
Hanged Man. Even I know that. Right. Then you know what to look for. I can't imagine this has occurred without notice. There is always a weak link. Please keep this quiet. The Viscount is under enough scrutiny as it is.
Please keep it quiet.
I don't know what he's here for. He said something was stolen. The Arishok said something was stolen. He's endangering the whole city. Especially whoever it is that stole the item from him. He's angry. Aveline.
Hawk, I need a favor that I can only trust to you.
You can always ask.
It should be a small matter, but I worry. I need you to give something to Guardsman Donnick, here in the barracks. No questions, and he is not to know it's from me.
If I give it to him, he'll probably know that it's from me.
Donnick? The one we pulled from an ambush?
The event that put me here. But this is a different need of the Guard and its captain. And you're doing very badly at the no questions part.
I always ask questions.
You need me for something as simple as this?
I protect many people, citizens well beyond the men and women I command. But who do I really know besides you? I need a friend to do this. It's a short list.
Of course I'll do it.
It must be something important if you're going to all this trouble.
That's none of your business.
That seems abrupt, even for you.
I already regret this. I'm not about to make it worse by exposing unnecessary facts. You can accept that or not, but that's all I can say.
Very well, Aveline. If it means that much.
Thank you. And please hurry back with his reaction. I appreciate this, Hawk. I really do.
A fine day, isn't it, Chel?
I just received copper marigolds. I'm not sure what that is. Let's go to him. He's just in the room over here. This is interesting. Now, I think Aveline is using me as a go-between. She's making overtures to this Guardsman Donic. Romantic overtures.
Guardsman Donic.
Sir Hawk, it's been some time. You're here in Hightown now, right? I think the captain mentioned it. I see your uncle now and then on my patrols, but we don't talk.
Uncle. Oh, I just want to forget about him.
No ill effects from the ambush, I trust.
They got me pretty good, I'll admit. But they fared worse, so I can't complain. Guard is a good career if you're careful. A short one if you're not. And the captain makes sure we're careful.
This is for you. It's apparently very important.
I'll take you at your word. It's a copper relief of marigolds? Ah, and it helpfully says so. Marigolds. Well, how crafty. Is there a meaning to this that I should know?
My replies are pretty funny. It's apparently garbage.
Just keep it. I'm sure it's more than it seems.
It would have to be. Right. I'm sure we both have things to do. Of varying import. Sir Hawk.
That was awkward. What was Aveline thinking?
I'm thinking that Guardsman Donic now thinks it's a gift from me. Alright, I'm going to end the video here, guys. We'll find out what Aveline has to say in the next one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.